Until November 25th to until December 5th.
December 8th, sir.
Next.
Yes,
Excuse me, sir. I can't hear you. Excuse me, sir. I can't hear you.
Sir, I can hear you.
We can't hear you.
Sir, I can hear
We can't hear you.
Sir, I can't hear you.
you, sir.
Sir, we can't hear you, sir.
Sir, can't hear you. Sir, we can't hear.
Sir, can't hear you.
I can't hear.
Chania, நான் சொன்னா மட்டும் நான் சொல்லிட்டு கொஞ்சம் போங்க. Excuse me, sir. I can't hear you.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. You know why? You know, this technology, we have problems, no? My mic battery went down. So I had to change the mic. Okay. All right. So everybody ready for the class? Is everybody ready for the class?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now, guys,
Yes, sir.
the paper, I think you would have gotten it. You would have got a printout of this paper.
Yes,
Yes,
Good.
sir.
So now,
Yes, sir.
what we're going to do today is, guys, listen. So what we are going to do is, we are going to do this paper one by one, the questions. Next week, what I'm going to do is, for your class on Wednesday, on Monday, I'm going to send the paper on Saturday. Right? Paper will be sent on Saturday. You all have to try to do the paper before the class. Is that clear? So you have to do it before the class and be ready with your answers. Then what I will be doing is, I'll be doing the answers for you during the class time, and you are going to be the teacher. You're going to take a red pen and you're going to mark yourself. Have I got it correct or not? Is that clear? Right?
Yes.
So you're going to mark yourself, and you can put your marks down here so you know where you are. Okay, so I will tell you how much of marks to give for each question. All right, is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Right. So now we are not going to hold on. Already 10 minutes up. I have only 1 hour, 15 minutes more. So we will start with the question number 1. Right? Question number 1. The question in the paper is, write the following number in words. So you have to write it in words. So what is the number? Okay, so you have this number, right? They want you to write it in words. So what do you need to do? You have to put these numbers into the zones, right? So what is the zone? This we call the units zone. Okay, or the units period. Then what do we call this? We call this the thousands period. Okay, and this we call the millions period.
2 million.
Okay, now we want to write this in words. This number, we want to write this in words. So this number 2 is in which period? It's in the millions period. Yeah. So how many millions we have? 2 million.
2.
Right? 2 million. Then this 1 is in which period? It's in the thousands period. Yeah, it's in the thousands period. So how many thousands we have? 1. So 1,000. This is in the units period, or we call it the hundreds period. So how many do you have? You have 500 and 40, right? So how do you write this? 2,01,540. This 2 million, can you write it in words? I wrote it as a number. You have to write this in words. So 2,01,540. That should be your first answer. Okay. So what do you need to do? You need to put this into these periods. Then only it's easy for you to understand and write in words. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions? Okay. Good. Right. This was your first question. All right. First question, 2,01,540. Okay. So if you have got that correct, you're going to get 2 marks for this. Right. If you have got that correct before I wrote it, you would have got 2 marks. All right. Okay. Let's go on to the second question. Second question, simplify. Now, what do they mean by simplify? You need to find the final answer. They want you to find the final answer for this multiplication. So you have 652 multiplied by 36. Question number 2. So 652 multiplied by 36, right? So when you have a question which is like this, we call this the horizontal form. Horizontal form is like this. Now to do a multiplication when it's like this is a little difficult. No, since we are in grade 6, we are just getting used to the big numbers, multiplication of big numbers. So what do you need to do? You need to multiply downwards. We call it the vertical way. How do you do that? Take 652, multiply by 36. Right? You have to write it down this way, vertically. We call this vertical. Right? Downwards. Now it's easy to do. How do you do this now? You know this 36 is 30 plus 6. Okay, this 36, we write it as 30 plus 6. 30, 10 and 6. Now what you do is you multiply carefully. Be very careful. How do you do that? You first take this 652 and multiply by this 6. That is this. Okay, so how do you do that? 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. Take the 1 up. Then 5 multiplied by 6, 30, plus this 1, 31. Okay. So 31, you write the 1 here, take the 3 to the top. Okay. Now this 6, you have to multiply by 6 again. 6 multiplied by 6 is 36. Plus 3, 36, plus 3, you get 39, right? So 39. Be very careful. Do it slowly. And another thing, you have to know your multiplication tables. If you are weak in your multiplication tables, children, you have to start studying a little harder, because once you start going to grade 7, grade 8, it's going to get even more tougher. Okay, so you don't want to be left behind. No, when your friends are doing well, you don't want to be behind them. You also want to be with them. You also want to give answers correctly, right? So that should be your main goal. I also know how to do my multiplications. I also know my division, right? So for that, if you're a little weak, please work a little harder. Sit with your mom, your dad on weekdays or weekends in the evenings and do a bit of memorizing, and you will be okay. Not difficult. It's just a matter of your mind. You're sitting there and working, studying hard. Okay, so I want you to do that. Right, so 650 multiplied by 6, 3912. Are we finished? No. We have to take this part. So this time what do? You multiply the 652 by 30. Right, so when you multiply by 30, children, what you need to do is this 0, you take it down here. Write it underneath the 2. Now what you need to have, you have the 3. So the 3 is over here. So you now start multiplying like how you multiply the 6. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. And when you write this, make sure you write it in the same line. Don't write the 6 over here, right? You write it one number underneath another, right? So then only it's going to be very neat when you do your calculations. It will be easy, right? So 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. 1 carry forward. 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. 1 carry forward. 6 multiplied by 3 is 18. Plus 1, 19. Add it now. 2 plus 0 is 2. 1 plus 6 is 7. 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 carry forward. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 9. 4 plus 9 is how much? 13. 1 carry forward. 1 plus 1 is 2. So what is your answer? 23,472. That's your answer for your first question. Second question, right? Anybody, any questions? Anybody, any questions? Okay. If I'm going fast, people, just put a small message. Going too fast, sir, can we slow down? Okay. Right. Okay, guys. So don't worry. We have just muted you all for the time being because the crowd is a little bit more. From next week onwards, definitely we'll open up the so that you can ask questions. Okay, right? I hope all of you all will be there next week. So there'll be plenty of questions and we're going to answer all of those questions. Okay, right. Yes, Janaya, we just started question number 2. So don't worry, you have not missed much. So I've just done the second question. This is your answer. You just quickly copy it down and then we can go on to question number 3. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, let's go to third question. Question number 3. Since it's the first class, I'm going to go extremely slow. I want you all, each and every one of you all, to understand all the work. Okay. Question number 3, people. Write the following numbers in descending order. What does descending order? Yes, please. Correct your answers today itself. Yes, yes. While I'm giving you the question, you try to do it a little early, and then you can, when I give you the answer, you can correct yourself. No problem. Right. Question number 3. Write the following numbers in descending order. What does descending order mean and what does ascending order mean? Okay. Ascending order means when you write your numbers from the smallest to the biggest. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is called ascending order. What is ascending order? From the smallest number to the biggest number. Then there's something called descending order. What is descending order? Descending order means from the big number, you're coming to the smallest number. So what is the big number? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So ascending order from smallest to biggest, descending order from biggest to smallest. Okay. So you should know those two words very carefully. Not difficult, but can do. Right. So third question, they're asking you to write the numbers in descending order. So what are these numbers? -3, 5, 0, -1, and 3. Okay, so those are the 5 numbers. So what is descending order? From the biggest number to the smallest. So what is the biggest number here? Biggest number is 5. So you tick that off first and write it down. 5. That means you don't have to look at the 5 anymore. Already done. Then what is the next biggest number? 3. And tick this off. Next biggest number. 0 becomes your next biggest number. Then -1. Tick it off. And finally, -3 is your smallest number. Okay. Now, if you can go back to your knowledge on number lines. What is your number line? This is 0. All the numbers to the right hand side are positive numbers, all plus numbers, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Goes like this. Then numbers to the left hand side are all negative numbers. So -1, -2, -3, and so on. So what is the rule in a number line? Your numbers become big from left to right. So when you're going from left to right, they get bigger. They're getting bigger when it goes from left to right. So now we'll just mark these numbers. So -3 here, +5, 0, -1, and +3. So if it is getting bigger from left to right, then from right to left it becomes smaller. Okay, from right to left it becomes smaller, from left to right it's getting bigger. So now what they're asking is, they want you to write from big to small. So when you see from big to small, your biggest number is 5. The next biggest number is 3. Next biggest number is 0. Next one is -1 and -3. So this is your descending order. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Clear? Super. Very good. Question number 4. Question number 4. Right. 4th question. According to the figure, write the types of angles which are indicated by the letters A and B. What is this lesson called? geometry. Now, this geometry is a very interesting topic. When you start going from one grade to the other, you will start to see a lot of things you will start doing. You will start using a compass, you will start using a protractor, and geometry becomes a very important lesson 5 years down the line when you're doing O levels. Right? That by that time I'll be a very old person. Yeah. So when you guys doing your O levels, which is 5 years down the line, you'll see geometry becomes a very, very important topic. So for that, you have to start learning it now itself, children. Okay, you have to make sure you know the basics correct. Right. So they have given you a diagram like this. Right. And they're asking you, what is the name of this angle, which is B, and what is the name of this angle, which is A? Okay. So what are the two angles? So let's, as I told you earlier, this is going to be a revision plus a paper class. So we'll do a quick revision. What is the revision? We want to see the different types of angles. What are the different types of angles? First one called a right angle. So you'll see like a box like thing over here. So what is this called? A right angle. Right? And the angle is between 0 and 90 degrees. So this is a right angle. Okay, you have a right angle which is from 0 to, sorry, this is a right angle which is 90 degrees. Okay, then you will see an angle like this. So you know this is a right angle. This is a right angle like this, and you will see an angle over here, and this angle is called a acute angle. Now, what is an acute angle? It's an angle between, this is 0 degrees, we call this 0 degrees, this is 90 degrees. So right angle is 90 degrees. Acute angle is an angle between 0 and 90 degrees. Right? So this is an acute angle, angle between 0 to 90 degrees. All right. Then you have an acute angle, you have a right angle. Now what we'll do is we'll look at something called a obtuse angle. So what is an obtuse angle? Angle between 0 degrees and 180 degrees. So this angle, we know this is 90. This is also 90. 90 plus 90 is how much? 180 degrees. 180 degrees is your straight line. Okay. So obtuse angle is an angle which is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. So we call this an obtuse angle. It is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So we have done this in grade 6 in the first two semesters. Then next angle we know is called a, what is it called? Straight angle. What is a straight angle? Angle with 180 degrees. So this we call a straight angle, and it is equal to 180 degrees, right? So right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, and then now you have something which is called a, what we call this, the reflex angle. What is this? Reflex angle. Angle between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. So 180 degrees to 360 degrees is called a reflex angle. So now they are asking you what is A angle and what is B angle. So let's look at from here. Right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle. So what is A? A is a reflex angle. Reflex angle. And what is B angle, guys? What type of an angle is this? Can you see? Something like this, right? So what type of an angle is it? Obtuse angle. Okay. I think it should be enough for you to. Yes, Akifa, what's your question? Akifa, any question? Can you just put a small message? I'll try to read it. And so it's like 2,01,540 is that correct? And then this question either not to say, and so it's like 2,01,540. 2,01,540. It's correct, actually. Shouldn't be a problem. What did you learn? I mean, did they say, did you learn it in another way? Class will end at 9 o'clock, Akifa. Class will end at 9 o'clock. So just hold on. Yeah, not too long. Okay. What is B angle? Yes. B angle, obtuse angle, this angle over here between 90 degrees and 180 degrees, Akifa. Okay. Yes. All of them. Okay. I'll tell you now itself. From question 1 to 20, all the marks will be 2-mark questions. Right. So each one you're going to get 2 marks. Right. So question number 1 to question number 20, you will get 2 marks. So please mark yourself if you have got it correct. Okay. Right. Question number 5. Explain one more time. Yeah. So you have this angle. So this angle we call, this is B, this is A, right? And what would we say? This angle is an angle. If you look at this, I taught you earlier, a little earlier, if this is 0 degrees, this is 180 degrees. A straight line is always 180. 90-degree angle will come like this. Okay. Now what they're asking you, what is this type of angle? So this angle, so if you take a straight line this way, you will see your angle that you have is something like this. Okay. Yeah. So this angle is like this, coming like this. So what are we saying? We know angle between 0 and 90 degrees is an acute angle. Okay. And an angle which is between exactly 90 degrees, we call it a right angle. Right. Acute angle is between. Fourth question is this question. This is your fourth question. Okay. Somebody wanted to re-explain it to them, so I'm doing that. So acute angle is between 0 and 90 degrees. Right angle, you didn't get your printout. Oh God. Okay. And next time, please take it before the class itself. There is no 360-degree angle. 360-degree angle is a full circle. If you look at this, right, and you go one full round, you get a 360-degree angle. Okay, right? Now, this is acute angle, angle between 0 and 90 degrees. 90-degree angle is called a right angle. Angle which is greater than 90. So that is this angle. Right? Greater than 90, less than 180 is called an obtuse angle. Right? Obtuse angle between 90 and 180. Okay. Now, you know this is 180. A 180-degree angle is called a straight angle. Straight angle is 180 degrees. That is straight. Angle between 180, right? Between 180 and 360. That's what we are saying. 180 and 360 is going to be your reflex angle. That is this. What is it? Reflex angle. Okay. Even though we say it's 360 degrees. Okay. 360 degrees. We have this angle which is greater than 180, bigger than 180, and it will go all the way up to here. We say up to 360 degrees. 360 degrees is one complete circle like this. So if you take this arm, take it all the way up to here, you will see we have one full circle. Okay, right? So reflex angle 180 to 360. So this is what they are asking you, right? A is what type of an angle? A is a reflex angle. A is reflex angle. And what type of an angle is B? B is this angle between 0 and 180. So between these two, if you can see, this angle is going to be your obtuse angle, which is B. Okay, that is your obtuse angle. Right. I'm going to go to the fifth question. Don't worry, I'm going to go to the fifth question. Any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions? Right. Okay, fine. Let's go on to the fifth question. Fifth question. They're saying, according to the information given in the figure, yes, there is a straight angle. There is a straight. What is a straight angle? This angle. What is a straight angle? A straight line is a straight angle. 180 degrees. That's what we call a straight angle. Okay, right. Fifth question. Fifth question. Let's quickly do. I want to give you a small this thing. What are the directions? Something to do with directions. This is north, this is east, this is south, and this is west. Okay? And the angle between north and east we call northeast. Between south and east we call it southeast. And between south and west we call it southwest, and between north and west we call this angle northwest angle. Okay, right? These angles you have to know, very, very important, right? And I don't know if how many of you all know, remember we look at the news, something called the news. Yeah, what is the news? What is this news? Where did this word come from? It came from the directions. N is north, E is east, W is west, and S is south. If some people didn't know, this is something that you will, something new, right? So the word news is what? Including of the main 4 directions. Okay, right. Now, they are giving you a diagram. Okay, very good. Very good, very good. If you all know it, super. Okay, now let's look at this diagram. They are giving you A, B, G, B, E, H, C, F, I. So these are your directions in your diagram. They are asking you in the first question, question number 5, they are saying, in which direction does B lie with respect to F? So from F, where is B lying? So you have to look at F, right? So F means your center point, right? That's how you have to look at it. And then from F, where is B staying? B is in this direction. Okay. Right? B is in which direction? Upwards. They're asking, a lot of people make mistake in this question, guys. What they think is, in which direction does B lie with respect to F? So in where is B in comparison to F? That's how you need to look at it. So where is B in comparison to F? It is in which direction? North. If this is F, B is over here. So which direction? It is in north west. Please be very, very careful in how you answer this question. Okay, north west. All right, good. Then they are asking which letter lies horizontal to E. Now, where is E? E is here. E is here. Remember when I said horizontal, horizontal means like flat. Horizontal is this way. Horizontal. And what is this? Vertical. Okay, horizontal and vertical. So if E is here, what are the letters in respect to E? Going this way, you have B and H. Yeah, B and H are your answers. Okay, they are asking you which letter. So if you give one of those, you got your marks. But they're not saying which letters. So either if you put B or H, you will get full marks. Is that clear? B or H, you will get full marks. So everybody who got this 2 marks, so out of 5, I think everybody should have got 5 out of 5 by now. Very good. Super, Arush. Good, Zara. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yes, super, super. Very good, Harish. Come on. Sadhana, very good. Yusuf, well done. Abdul, okay. Mabishana, very nice. Super. Nice, nice, nice. Very good. So 5 out of 5 means 10 marks out of 100 already you have got without a problem. So that's what we need. Okay. Right. Let's go to grade question number 6 now. Quickly. I want to tell each and everybody's name, but unfortunately, we don't have the time. So congratulations to all of you all. Okay, right, good. Right, let's go on to question number 6. Question number 6, people. Write an equivalent fraction for 4 over 6. Right? Equivalent fraction for 4 over 6. Equivalent fraction. What is a equivalent fraction? A fraction which is the same value. Let me do a quick diagram. Everybody likes to eat chocolates, no? So everybody likes to eat chocolates. So I'm going to take a chocolate, right? I'm going to divide this chocolate into 2 parts, right? And I'm giving it to one person. I'm going to give it to Akshay, right? Out of this chocolate slab, there are 2 parts. One part I'm giving to Akshay, right? So 1 out of 2 pieces has been given to Akshay. Okay, right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another chocolate piece, same size, right? Same size. This time, I'm going to divide this into 4 parts. I'm going to divide this chocolate into 4 pieces, and out of this, I'm going to give 2 pieces. Okay, I'm going to give 2 pieces to Harish. So Harish is going to get, out of 4 pieces, he is going to get 2 pieces. Very good. So how many pieces is he getting out of 4 pieces? He is getting 2 pieces out of 4. Okay, right? So Akshay got 1 out of 2, Harish has got 2 out of 4. But if you see, both these chocolate pieces are the same size, right? So if Akshay takes out 1 piece, there is still another piece left. No, half is left over, isn't it? Likewise, here out of these 4 pieces, if 2 pieces are taken out, again there is another 2 over 4 left over, balance. Now this 2 over 4 is the same as half size wise, isn't it? Both are equal, isn't it? Size wise, right? So this is what we call equivalent fractions. That means 1 over 2 is equal to 2 over 4. Both are the same. Only thing different is what? Numerators are different, no? What do we call these? Numbers on the top, we call them numerators. What is the number we call at the bottom of a fraction, people? What do we call the number at the bottom of a fraction? What do we call it? Denominator, no? Denominator, right? Right? Numerator is the number on top. Number at the bottom is called the denominator. In these 2 fractions, the numerators are different. Denominators are also different, but both of them are equal. Can you see? This size and this size, both are equal. So we call them equivalent fractions. Okay? So what are equivalent fractions? Equal fractions, but the numerators are different and the denominators are also different. Is that clear? So now what they are saying is, write an equivalent fraction for 4 over 6. So you have 4 over 6. You need to write an equivalent fraction. So how do you find an equivalent fraction? You can do 2 methods. What are they? The multiplication method or the division method. Okay. So multiplication method, guys, is when you multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So you can multiply by any number, but both has to be the same, right? Both have to be the same. So that means if you multiply this by 2, you need to multiply this number also by 2, right? So 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. 6 multiplied by 2 is 12. So 8 over 12 is an equivalent fraction of 4 over 6. That's all they're asking you. So you can multiply by any number, but always start with the smallest possible number, guys. Don't multiply with big numbers because it's very difficult to do. So take the smallest number, which is going to be 2. Why? If you multiply by 1, you're going to get the same answer. So avoid 1, other than 1, you take 2 and multiply the numerator and denominator, you will get an equivalent fraction. Okay. Right? Another method is you can divide also. So you will take 4 over 6. Now here in division, you can't take any number and multiply. You have to divide by a number which can divide the number 4 as well as the number 6. You have to take a number which can divide both those two numbers. So what is the number that can divide 4 and 6? What is the number that can divide 4 and 6? 2. Good. You can divide by 2. So then this also you have to divide by 2. Okay. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 2 over 3, 8 over 12 are equivalent fractions. Okay. So you can do it in 2 ways. You can do the multiplication or the division method. All right. Fine. Good. Now, question number B. They are asking you, select and underline the largest fraction. Okay. So you have 1 over 7, 1 over 3, 1 over 4. Okay. Right. So now they are asking you, which one of these fractions is the bigger one? Which one is the bigger one? Right. I'll give you a small diagram. I'll show you a small diagram and then you give me the answer. Is that clear? Right. Okay. So we are going to take like this, a chocolate piece. 3 of them. Okay. 3 chocolate pieces, all of the same size. Okay. This is your first fraction, 1 out of 7. That means I'm going to divide this fraction, this chocolate piece, into 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Don't worry about the size. It's going to be, let me just draw a little bit better. Okay. Right. I'm going to, somebody is going to eat 1 piece out of the 7. 1 piece out of the 7 means I'm going to color this. Okay. 1 piece out of 7. Then the second chocolate, I'm going to divide it into 3 parts. Right. So 1, okay, I'm going to divide it into 3 parts and 1 piece you are going to eat. Okay. Then 1 out of 4. So we're going to take this. One out of 4. Now tell me, children, which chocolate piece is the bigger one? Which chocolate piece is the bigger one? Is this chocolate piece the bigger one, or is this chocolate piece the bigger one, or is this chocolate piece the bigger one? This one? 1 over 3? Isn't it? This chocolate piece is the bigger piece, no? Isn't it? They're asking you, select and underline the largest fraction. Which piece is bigger? This one. Okay, 1 over 3. So therefore, what is your bigger fraction? this. Okay, don't get fooled by 1/7 because this number 7 is the bigger one. No, the biggest fraction is, now there is a rule that you have to follow, a very simple rule. Okay, we call these what type of fractions? When the fraction, the number is 1 in the numerator, what type of fraction do we call that? What type of fractions are these? When the number is 1 in the numerator. Very good. Unit fractions. Very good. Unit fractions. Okay, so these are called unit fractions. And in a unit fraction, all the numerators are 1. So then how do we decide which fraction is the bigger one? You have to look at the opposite. What is that? You look at the denominator, right? And whichever denominator is the smallest. Which one is the smallest out of these three? 7, 3, and 4. Which is the smallest? 3, isn't it? Okay. Whichever fraction which has got the smallest denominator is going to be your biggest fraction. That is a rule. So you can't be drawing pictures like this all the time. So you have to remember this rule. What is the rule? If you have unit fractions and you want to see what is the biggest fraction, you look at the denominators, and in the denominator, whichever is the smallest number becomes your biggest fraction. Okay. Same time, if you look at the denominator and whichever denominator is the biggest. Now here 7 is the bigger number. So this fraction becomes the smallest fraction. The number is bigger, that fraction becomes the smallest fraction. You got it? So you have to remember that rule when it comes to unit fractions. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Good. All right. Good. Let's go on. We're going a little slow, but doesn't matter for today. We'll quickly catch up next week. Right. Question number 7. Separate the following fractions into 2 groups based on a common characteristic and write each group inside the given box. Write a suitable name for each group on the dotted line. Okay. Right. Question number 7. You have a big oval, 1/6, 3/5, 4/7, 1/7, 3/7, 1/3, 1/2, 3/6. Right? We want to put them into 2 boxes like this. Right? Two boxes like this, and we want to take all the fractions which look alike. So if you look at this, we have some fractions which have 1 in the numerator, right? So this, and this, isn't it? So we'll put all of them into 1 box. 1/6, 1/7, 1/3, and 1/2. Okay. Then you have balance fractions. We can put it over here. 3/5, 4/7, 3/7, and 3/6. So you are separated into 2 groups. What is this group called, guys? What can we give a name for that? Any appropriate name? What name can we give? What name can we give? Super. Unit fractions. Very good. Unit fractions. Right. Then, what can we give a name for this? Very good. Proper fractions. Well done. Well done. Who are these people? Marisha, Arham, Yunus, Rizma. Very nice. Very good. Very good. All right. So, proper fractions. What are proper fractions, children? Fractions where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Numerator smaller than the denominator. What if the numerator is bigger than the denominator? Like this. What type of a fraction is this then? When the numerator is bigger than the denominator. What do we call that type of fraction, people? Improper fraction. Very good. Improper fraction. When the numerator is larger than the denominator, we call it an improper fraction. If the numerator is smaller than the denominator, we call it a proper fraction. Very good. Well done. Nice. Nice. Okay. Any questions? Quickly fill in the blanks. Any people quickly fill in the blanks? Quickly fill in the blanks. Another thing, I want to tell all the parents and all the children also, right? You have to wait till the end of the class, children. You know why? Even the last question that we do, right, at 8:55, that question also might be a very important question for you, no? Right? Even that question also, yeah, please go and drink water. Please keep one bottle next to you so that you don't have to run around. No problem. Today, everything okay. So next time onwards, please bring everything on your table for 2 hours. We can do, guys. Yes, please have your water, everything. No need to ask me for that. Huh? You guys can drink your water, all of that. No problem at all. Okay. Right. Whoa, okay. Question number 8. Question number 8. They're saying find the value. Easy question. Easy question. Find the value. 1.7 plus 0.3 is equal to, again, like multiplication, you do the vertical way. So 1.7 plus 0.3 is equal to 7 plus 3 is 10. 1 carry forward. 1 plus 1 is 2. Put the decimal point over there. Okay, easy question. Very good. 2.0. Well done. Nice. Okay. Question number 9. Write down the number which can be obtained by exchanging the 10th place and the ones place of the number 63. Okay. Super. I already saw the answer. Very good. Somebody has given me the answer. Well done. Okay. Nice. Damit. Hayam. Sadhana. Okay. Good. Right. So what they are saying is you have the number 63. Number 63. This is in the ones place. This is the tens place. Now what they are saying is write down the number which can be obtained by exchanging the 10th place and the ones place. So what are you going to do? You're going to take the tens place here, right? And you're going to take the ones place here. So what is the new number that you're going to get by changing it around? You're going to get 36. 3 is going to come here. 6 is going to come here. So your answer is going to be 36. Super. Right. B question. B question. Which square number did you obtain? So can we remember what are square numbers? What are square numbers, people? Square numbers are numbers where you multiply a number by itself, right? So we'll write down the first 10 square numbers and I want you all to memorize it. Okay. So what are the first 10 square numbers? 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. Then 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 4 multiplied by 4 is 16. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. So why are we saying square numbers? When you multiply a number by itself, you get a square number. 2 multiplied by 2, square number. 3 multiplied by 3, square number. 4 multiplied by 4, square number. So 6 multiplied by 6, 36. 7 multiplied by 7, 49. 8 multiplied by 8, 64. 9 multiplied by 9, 81. 10 multiplied by 10, 100. Okay. So these are your first 10 square numbers. Okay. Why do we call them square numbers? Just take for example this number. We'll take this number. So basically why we say it's a square number is because if you take how many, now we put this into something called rows and columns. So we want 3 rows and 3 columns. So if you see 3 rows and 3 columns, this is a column, this is a column, this is a column. So 3 columns, you get a something called a square number. This is what we call a square number. So when you multiply a number by itself, you get a square number. Board is not clear. Is that true? Is the board not clear? Is it not clear? Okay, just hold on. Is there an issue? Clear? Okay. You can't see me. Huh? Can see? Yes, not clear. Okay, all right. We're just trying to clean the screen. Huh? I can see. Okay, okay. All right. All right. Okay. Right. So any questions? So now they're asking you which square number did you obtain? We got 36, isn't it? So which square number did we get? We got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got the 6th square number. This should be your answer. 6th square number. Is that clear? That should be your final answer. Okay. Good. Any questions? Any questions? Right. All right. Let's go on to the 10th question. 10th question. Right. 10th question, people. They are saying, write all the factors of 27. 10th question. All the factors of 27. To find the factors of a number, what do you need to do? You should be able to divide a number in such a way that there won't be any remainders. Yeah, you should not have any remainders. That's how you get factors. So if you have 27, right, 27, what you need to do is you need to start dividing by the smallest number. So what is that? 27 divided by 1, you will get 27. So you get 1 and 27. This one and this one. Okay. Then you take 27 and can you divide by 2? Can you divide by the number 2? 27. No. Why? 27 is an odd number. You can't divide by 2. Can you divide 27 by 3? 27 divided by 3, you get 9. Then you write that 3 and 9. Then 27 divided by 4. 4 is an even number. So can't divide by 4. 27 divided by 5. Can't divide by 5. 27 divided by 6. Can't divide by 6. 27 divided by 7. Can't divide by 7. 27 divided by 8. Can't divide by 8. 27 can divide by 9. 27 divided by 9, you will get 3. But be careful, when you divide here by 9, you already have 3 and 9. You already have 3 and 9. So therefore, you don't need to write this. Right? So what are your factors? What are the factors? 1, 3, 9, 27. 1, 3, 9 and 27. Okay. All right. Right. You have to know the division very well, people. Division, you have to do very well. Okay. So we have done 10 questions. How many people got 10 out of 10? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Okay, Harish. Okay, super. Radin, Marisha, Asifa. Okay, very good. All are now. So this time, third term, everybody above the 90s. Huh? Everybody in the 90s. Very good. You can ask your parents for a big gift for Christmas once you get your marks. Okay, all right. Question number 11. Question number 11. Join the name of the rectilinear plane figure to the suitable letter. Okay. You have a figure like this. A. You have 3 figures like this. Okay. 9 out of 10. Good, Anya. Super. Okay. They are asking you letter A, B, and C. Right? You have your letter, name, A, triangle, trapezium, square, rectangle, and parallelogram. B and C. Okay. Right. Now, you have to join them. So, A. What is A? First and foremost, you have to look at how many sides are there in this figure. So, how many sides are there in A? To take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, a 5-sided figure is called what? A 5-sided figure is called what? 5-sided figure is called what? Pentagon. 5-sided figure is 5-sided is called a pentagon. Now, all of these, how many sides does a triangle have, children? How many sides does a triangle have? 3. So, can A be a triangle? No. So, then that is out. What is a trapezium? Trapezium is a quadrilateral, right? Quadrilateral, trapezium is called a quadrilateral. What is a quadrilateral? 4-sided figure. 4 sides, right? A trapezium looks like this, something like this, right? Opposite sides are parallel to each other. When you grow a little bit bigger, you will be, I will explain that to you in your next grade. Then square. Square is what? You know what a square is. That is also 4-sided figure. In a square, all sides are equal. In a square, all sides are equal. Rectangle is called what? Again, a quadrilateral. How many sides? 4 sides. So rectangle, you have something like this. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Okay, in a rectangle. What is a parallelogram? Again, a 4-sided figure. Parallelogram looks like this, right? Opposite sides are parallel to each other. So this is called a parallelogram. Now, from these, what can you say? A is what? A is a 5-sided figure, pentagon. There is no pentagon here. So you can't match A to any of those names. Is that clear? You can't match A to any of these names. So A is out. What is B? If you look at B, B is something like this. Opposite sides equal, isn't it? So what is B? B is a rectangle. Yeah, B is a rectangle. And sorry, not B, C is a rectangle. Huh? Sorry, this is C, no? C is a rectangle. Okay. And B, if you look at this and this look alike. Don't they look the same? So what do we call that? We call B a parallelogram. Okay. A, we don't have any names over there for a parallelogram. So, sorry, for A, so leave that blank. Don't worry about that. B is a parallelogram. C is a rectangle. Okay. There is no rule that everything that is there you have to match. If they sometimes they do that purposely to confuse you all. So that is why you need to know the small things also. Small details also, you have to be very careful. This more or less looks like a trapezium, but it is not a trapezium. Why? Because it has got 5 sides, right? But a quadrilateral only has 4 sides. And these are all quadrilaterals. All are 4-sided figures. Got it? Okay. What is the question? I got a wrong in A, but B and C correct. How much marks? Okay. You will get about 1.5 marks. It depends on your teacher. Sometimes they might give you the full 2 marks because you got these 2 correct. No. These 2 you got correct. So A, they might ignore it. Sometimes they will just give you the full marks. Okay, depending on the teacher. Right. A is nothing, people. A is not there. There is no name for A. A, don't get confused. Nothing for A. Jananya, you didn't understand. You didn't understand why? Because there is no name for A. I think that is your confusion. Don't worry about that. Okay, don't worry about that. You have to identify what shape these are. What is A, what is C and B. Okay. You have to look at your lesson on polygons, different shapes. You will understand a little better, right? So here, this is a polygon with 5 sides. We call it a pentagon. This and this are called quadrilaterals. What are quadrilaterals? Figures with 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So quadrilaterals. This is a rectangle. This is a parallelogram. Okay. Right? Okay. Super. Nice. Let's go on to the 12th question. 12th question. 12th question, children. They are saying, write the unit that is suitable to measure the following items. So, what are the units of measurement? What are the units of measurement? Question number 12. Starting from the smallest, you have millimeters. Then you have centimeters. Then you have meters. Okay. And you have kilometers. Right. These are the units of measurement. Okay. So you have to use these measurements to measure the correct type of item. Right. That is what they are asking you in this question. So what are they asking you? Write the unit that is suitable to measure the thickness of a coin. Now, if you have a coin, it's a very small thing. No? So to measure a coin, what is the unit that we will use? We will use millimeters. Why? Millimeters is the smallest unit of measurement. Okay. So the first question, we say millimeters. Right? Then the length of a bus. What can we use the length of a bus? If you can't measure with millimeters because millimeters too small, you can't measure a bus which is very big. Centimeters also too small because if you look at your centimeter ruler, the measurement is too small. But we can use meters. We can use meters to measure a bus. So M is for meters, mm is for millimeters. Okay. So you have to use the suitable unit to measure. All right. Any questions so far? I don't think you should have. I'll just give you the relationship. How many millimeters make a centimeter? 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter. I want you to write this, put it into a box and write. 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter. 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. Okay. I want you to put this into a box and memorize this. You should know this by now. Okay. You have to put this, you need to know this relationship because it's very, very important. Okay. 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter. 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. You need to know this. All right. Okay. Right. 13th question. 13th question. Right, they're saying there was 1.5 liters of water in the large container. 230 milliliters water was poured into the smaller container. What is the volume of water remaining in the large container? Okay, so question number 13. There is a big container and there is 1.5 liters of water. And there is another container over here. What they are saying is 230 milliliters of water was poured into the smaller container. So from here, water was poured into this, and now the water is at 230 millimeters. Okay. What they are asking you to do now is they are asking you how much of water is remaining in the large container. So how much is there now? How much is there now after this amount of water has gone? Okay. Now 1.5 liters. 1.5 liters. What is the relationship? 1000 milliliters is equal to 1 liter. How many liters? How many milliliters is 1 liter? 1000 milliliters is 1 liter. Okay. Now this 1.5 liters, this is in milliliters. We want to make the units the same. We want to make the units the same. So what do we need to do? We need to convert this to milliliters. We have to convert it into milliliters. So 1.5 liters is how many milliliters? 1.5 liters is equal to 1500 milliliters. You got it? 1500 milliliters. Why? 1 into 1000 plus, this is 0.5. So 0.5 into 1000. So 1 into 1000 is how much? 1000. 0.5 into 1000 is 500. How do you get this 500? If you see into 1000, you can move your decimal place. How many times? 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Your decimal place comes over here. Okay. Decimal place comes there. So how many do you have? 500. Totally 1500 milliliters. Okay. Now, so from this 1500 milliliters, 230 milliliters we have taken out. So what is your answer then? 1500 minus 230. Okay. 0 minus 0 is 0. 3 you can't subtract from 0. So you borrow. 10 minus 3 is 7. 4 minus 2 is 2. 1. So 1270 milliliters is your answer. Okay, 1270 milliliters is equal to, we can also write it in liters and milliliters. We know 1000 is 1 liter. So 1 liter, 270 milliliters. Okay, both those answers are correct. Is that clear? Right. Good. Any questions? Any questions? I know you guys are tired now. It's already 1.5 hours. We have just another 5 questions, 6 questions. Let's finish those questions. Okay. Right. Question number 6. A figure shows a block which is used to make a regular solid. Write the name of the solid which can be made using it. So 14th one. So this is called a net. What do we call this? We call this a net of a solid. So what is the name of this solid? We call it a regular tetrahedron. Regular tetrahedron. That's going to be your correct name for regular tetrahedron. Okay. What is the shape of the face of the prepared solid? So what is the face? What shape is it? Triangular face. Even if you write triangle, no problem, you will get full marks. Okay. Even if you write triangle, you will get full marks. Okay. Nice. 15th question. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear now? Can you hear now? Okay. All right. Right. Okay. Sorry. So write down all the multiples of 8 first. Write all the multiples of 8. Then they are asking you, what is the multiple of 8 when rounded off to the nearest 10? So is going to be 70. So if you look at this number, 72, if you round it off to the nearest 10. So what are the nearest 10s here? This is 10, 20, then you get 30 here, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. These are the tens. Okay. So when you round off 72, so 72 is here between 70 and 80, 64 is here between 60 and 70. Right? So what is the number when you round it off to the nearest 10? 72 is the nearest number to the 10. So your answer therefore is going to be 72. Okay. 72 is your nearest 10. Okay. All right. Next question. Easy one. Represent it in international standard form. International standard form. 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 25 seconds in the afternoon. I did understand. Okay. What you didn't understand? The rounding off. Rounding off, you didn't understand. Okay. Now, let's just take a simple example. I want to round off 6. I want to round off 6 to the nearest 10. Okay. So what are the tens? 6 is between 0 and 10. Okay. So what we do is you check the number 6 and it is greater than 5. 6 is greater than 5. So when a number is where the ones place is greater than 5, so 6 is greater than 5, you round it off to the nearest 10, means you round it off to 10. Okay, I'll give you some examples. Let's say you have 23. So I want to round 23 off to the nearest 10. Okay, so 23 is between which two tens? 20 and 30. Isn't it? 23 between 20 and 30. So you look at the number in the ones place. And first you see, is it 5 or greater? If it is 5 or greater, you take this to 30. But here 3 is less than 5. So when the units place is less than 5, you round it off to your 20. Okay. Let's take another example. Let's take 47. So 47 is between which two numbers? 40 and 50. Then what do? We need to look at the number in the ones place. What is the number in the ones place? 7. Now is 7, is it greater than 5 or less than 5? 7 is greater than 5 or less than 5? Greater than 5, no? So when it is greater than 5, then what do? You round it off to the nearest 10, which is going to be 50. If your number is 42, you have to look at the number in the ones place again. Is 2 greater than 5 or less than 5? Less. Good. So if it is less than 5, you move it to this number. So the same thing here, 72 is between 70 and 80. Okay. You look at the number in the ones place. What is the number in the ones place? 2. 2 is less than 5. So when you less than 5, you round this off to the closest 10, which is 70. That's your answer. Okay. Right. Question number 16. Easy one. They're saying represent in international standard form. So how do you write in international standard form? Hours, colon, minutes, colon, seconds. Okay. So now they're asking to write 2 hours, 6 minutes and 25 seconds in the afternoon. Right? 2 hours, 6 minutes, 25 seconds in the afternoon. So your time is like what? Midnight is 0, 0. Then 1 o'clock is what? 0, 1, 0, 0. 2, 0, 0. 0, 3, 0, 0. 0, 4, 0, 0. 0, 5, 0, 0. Then keep writing it down. 0, 6, 0, 0, 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, 0, 10, 10, 11, 12. So this is morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the afternoon. Then you go to 1 in the afternoon, you write it like this. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So you have how many hours in a day? 24 hours. So this is 12 in the afternoon. This is 1 p.m. This is 2 p.m. Now what they are saying is represent in international standard form 2 hours, 6 minutes, 25 seconds in the afternoon. In the afternoon. That means 2 hours means 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is 1400 hours. How many minutes? 6 minutes. And how many seconds? 25 seconds. So this is how you need to write in international standard form. Okay. Very, very important. You have to know this. We call this the 24-hour clock. Okay.
The logic on the computer, keep the link saved and join later. Otherwise, I need the phone to not move together because whoever is not in the group.
Okay. Guys, now whoever is not in the group, you need to save that link which we have sent to you all now. Right? Please tell your parents that there is a link that has been shared. You need to save that and can they join it through that group?
Yes,
They need to join.
They can join.
So you need to join the group immediately, right? You have to join that group in order for you to come for the next week's class, and then you need the parents will be informed about the payment details and so on. So don't worry about that. Please join the link immediately, all of you all, that has been shared with you in the group. Okay. Yes, if you can, please, everybody join. I'll give you 30 seconds. Everybody, if you are in the group, no problem. If you're not in the group, then you need to join immediately. No, class is not over. Class is not over. I have a little bit more. Don't worry. Hold on. Class is not over. Okay. Right. Please join. Now you have to join before the class finishes. Right. Let's go on. Question number 17. Question number 17. They're saying,
There's one word you can just ask them to wait and not.
yeah, can you, whoever didn't understand, just hold on till the end. Let's finish this first, the 20 questions. Yeah. They're asking, where is the link? Where is the link? It's in the chat. If you go to the chat, it should be there. Okay, it has been sent again, guys. I can see it. It has been sent in the group, in the chat. It has been sent in the chat. Okay. Right. Question number 17, first one. Write down the number which was represented by tally marks. So they have given you first one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So when you have something like this, people, right? Right, when you have something like this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. This one becomes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 dash 5, 1 and 2. So what is your number that you're going to have here? 5 plus 2 is 12. Okay, that's quite easy. All right. Then second one. Represent the number 8 by using tally marks. So, how are you going to show 8? 8 in tally marks form. 5 we know is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 8 means 1, 2, 3 should be your answer. Okay, not difficult, easy. Right, question number 18. Question number 18. Represent the ratio 16:4 in the simplest form. So the ratio is 16:4. Always ratio in the simplest form means you have to keep dividing by the same number till you can't divide any further. So 16 and 4, what number can you divide by? You can divide this by 4, divide this by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Can you divide any further? Not possible. Final answer. Okay. Right. 19th question. Select the correct symbol greater than, less than, or equal and write it inside the box. Easy question. Let's look at this. 2 to the power 3, 3 to the power 2. Now, what is 2 to the power 3? 2 to the power 3 means 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. We call this what? Index numbers. Index numbers. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is 8. 3 to the power 2. 3 into 3 is 9. Now, which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? 8 is bigger or 9 is bigger? 9 is bigger, no? So 9 is what? 3 to the power 2. So the answer should be like that. Okay, good. Right. Last question. Question number 20. Question number 20. They are saying the area of a square is 16 centimeters squared. It's not supposed to be 16 cubic centimeters. The area of the square, right? Area of square means all sides are equal. Area of square is length into breadth. Length into breadth multiplied by breadth. They are saying the area is 16 centimeters square. Of this, right? Then they are saying if the breadth of a rectangle which has the same area as the square is 2 centimeters, find the length of it. So they are saying there is another rectangle, okay, right? The area of this rectangle is also 16 centimeters square. So here your length and this is your breadth. Okay, they are saying the length is, the breadth is how much? 2 centimeters. Breadth is equal to 2 centimeters. Okay, they are asking you to find the length. What are they doing? Asking you to find the length, right? How do you find the length? How do you find area? Area is equal to length into breadth. Area we already know. How much? 16. Length we don't know. So we want to keep it as L. B we know is 2. So this is 2 here. Okay. So 16 is equal to 2 multiplied by L is 2L. Okay. We need to find out what? We want to find out the length. What did we do here? This is equation. Remember, inverse operation. Inverse operation. 2 multiplied by length. You divide this side by 2. You divide this side also by 2. So what happens? These 2 and these 2 will cancel. You have your length. Length is equal to 16 divided by 2 is 8 centimeters. What is the breadth? Breadth is 2 centimeters given to you in the question. Length is, we don't know, but we know if you multiply the length by your breadth, you should get 16. So when you multiply length by breadth, you should get 16. Then what is your length? Length has to be 8, no? Length has to be 8 centimeters multiplied by 2 will give you 16. Okay, right? Just to explain again, they are saying there is a square. Square or area of your square is 16 centimeters square. Okay. There is another rectangle which has got the same area, which is 16 centimeters square. So now they are saying if the area of this rectangle is 16 centimeters square and the breadth is 2 centimeters, what is your length? That's what they are asking. How do you find the area? Length into breadth. Length into breadth is L into 2 is equal to 16. We want to find out how many lengths. So divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here. Your length is 8 centimeters. Okay. So your knowledge of area is very, very, very important, people. Okay. Right. So now it's just 5 minutes to 9. Can you, so what you need to do is you need to join the link. Get your parents to join the link, and then we'll be sending you the, you need to join and do the registration part. What is the answer for the 20th answer? Here, length is equal to 8 centimeters. Okay. 13th question. 13th question, I'll just quickly do that. So 13th question, they are saying there is 1.5 liters of water. 1.5 liters of water is 1500 milliliters of water. Right. From this 1500 milliliters of water, 230 milliliters of water was transferred to the other container. Right, other container. So then they're asking you, what is the balance? What is your balance water? So you just subtract 230 from 1500. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 3 you can't subtract from 0. So 10 minus 3 is 7. 4 minus 2 is 2. So 1270 milliliters. Okay. All right. Part 2 will start from next week. So it's already 9 o'clock. You must be very tired. So we'll start part 2 next week. Okay. Right. And what I will do is I'll give you a solution. Sometimes if you missed out, anyway, the recordings will be sent to you all. Everybody, you can see the recordings. If you missed the class today, you can see the recordings and answer, check your questions and clear your doubts. Okay, right? So far, everything good. I would like to see everybody next week, all of you all, for this class. So we'll be doing part 2 of this paper. So thank you all once again and take care. God bless and stay safe. Enjoy your holidays. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. God bless. Have a good weekend. week already.
Thank you so much.
Bye guys. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to see you guys next week. Everyone, I want to see everybody.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye, sir.
Bye guys.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. God bless you, sir.
Bye. Bye bye. See you.
See you next week, sir.
Bye, sir.